So, if your home has a private well, you know that having consistent water isn't just a nice to have, it's everything. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the one piece of equipment that makes it all happen, your well pump.
Okay, picture this. You go to turn on the faucet, and instead of that steady stream you're expecting, you get this weird cough, a sputter, or maybe nothing. It's that frustrating moment every homeowner with a well just dreads. So what is actually going on behind the scenes?
Well, the answer almost always leads back to one single critical component. It's the unsung hero, working silently underground. It's the true heart of your home's water supply.
At its core, a well pump has a pretty straightforward but absolutely vital job. It's the machine that's responsible for either pulling or pushing water from way down in the ground and then sending it up into your pipes, making sure you have water for everything from the faucet to the shower.
I just love this analogy. Calling it the mechanical heart it's perfect, because just like your own heart, the well pump is what circulates a vital fluid, in this case water, throughout the entire system. And if it stops, well, everything stops.
So how does this heart actually do its job? It all comes down to a really elegant cycle of pressure and release.
Okay, let's trace the flow of water here. First, the pump kicks on. It starts pushing water from the well into something called a pressure tank. Now, inside that tank, there's a cushion of compressed air, and as the water comes in, that air gets squeezed. That's what creates the pressure you feel at the tab. Once it hits a certain pressure level, a little switch automatically tells the pump, okay, you can turn off now. Then, as you use water for dishes or a shower, the pressure drops, and that same switch tells the pump to kick back on and start the whole cycle all over again.
And that's exactly why this cycle is so important. If any single part of it fails, whether it's the pump itself, the tank, or that little switch, you get those exact problems we talked about at the beginning. Sputtering faucets, or even worse, no water at all. And those wild pressure swings, they can actually damage your appliances over time.
But here's the good news. You don't have to just sit around and wait for a total breakdown. Your system will almost always give you some clues that something's not right. The real key is knowing what to look for and listen for.
This is so crucial. These machines rarely just die without any warning. They almost always start showing symptoms first. And if you can spot those early signs, you can often save yourself the massive headache and the expense of a full-blown water emergency.
So here are the key red flags to watch out for. The most obvious one, of course, is you have no water. But also pay attention to your water pressure. Does it kind of pulse or surge when you're in the shower? Are you getting air spitting out of the faucets? And then listen too, is the pump running nonstop? Or is it clicking on and off really, really fast? These are all cries for help from your well system.
When you do spot one of those signs, your next step is absolutely critical. And while it might be tempting to try a DIY fix, this is one of those areas where calling a professional is by far the safest and smartest move you can make.
I mean, the difference in the outcome here is just stark. A pro is going to give you a correct diagnosis, which ensures the system is safe and reliable for the long haul. But trying to fix it yourself, you're opening the door to some serious risks. We're talking about major electrical hazards, accidentally introducing bacteria into your drinking water, or even causing way more expensive damage to other parts of your system. A trained technician isn't just guessing. They follow a whole systematic process. They're going to test all the electrical components and safety controls. They'll evaluate if your pump is even the right size for your house. They'll inspect the pressure tank, and they'll hunt for any hidden leaks or bad valves. It's basically a complete health checkup for your entire water system. And this really brings us to the bigger picture. This whole thing isn't just about fixing a problem that's happening today. It's about making sure you have reliable water for years and years to come.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The well pump isn't some optional appliance. It's a lifeline. It is the one thing that makes modern life possible in a home with a well. It provides the clean, pressurized water you count on for cooking, cleaning, everything.
And the benefits of keeping that lifeline healthy are just so clear. You get the steady pressure you expect, you help protect your water quality, your expensive equipment lasts a lot longer, and you dramatically reduce the chances of waking up one morning to a really nasty surprise. So, we'll leave you with this one question to think about. Consider those warning signs we talked about, and think about the critical role this system plays every single day in your home. Is your home's lifeline getting the care it really needs to keep the water flowing?